guys. I'm back again. I apologize for the long delay between videos here, but just stuff gets in the way, I guess. And anyway, I finally got around to it, so here it is. I'm going to give you a quick update, what's going on with me, and then I'm going to touch on my first topic, and that's going to be training frequency. Like I mentioned before, I want to go into science, I'm going to go into bro science, and I want to go into what I do and what has actually worked for me. So that's kind of my plan here. Well, I'm not doing a show anytime real soon anyway. I'm actually planning on February, so it's a pretty long time from now. I've been enjoying eating, and I'm up to 263, 5'10", 263. Real happy with, just getting big, getting real strong, and just enjoying it, So doing really well with all that, and my diet's been really no diet. I touched on it last time in my video, but I get 300 grams of protein a day, and aside from that, I don't watch anything. So the last 2 months particularly, I've been on a big fast food kick. Been eating McDonald's or Burger King for breakfast pretty much every day. A couple of sandwiches, some McMuffins, hash browns. Go to Taco Bell for lunch. Have 4 1/2-pound burritos for lunch. Chow down a bunch of junk food at night. But I've stayed pretty lean. I'm about 12.5% body fat. Got a 35-inch waist. So for 263, I'm real happy with that. So I have really no complaints. So I'm opening it to maybe 270, 275 before I start dieting, and the dieting is going to be whenever. So the middle of February is the show I'm shooting for. Just really enjoying eating. So you see all these people on YouTube. They talk about clean bulk and this and that. It's bull. It's just bullshit. If you do it right, you're training right, and I'll touch into it a little bit later, but my training is freaking intense as hell. I only go 4 days a week, 45 minutes to an hour each time. That's all I need, but it's hard enough where I don't worry about getting fat. It goes to the right places. So, screw that chicken and rice bullshit. Who the hell wants to eat that? You gotta do that when you're ready for a show. You wanna do that when you're bulk too? No, get the hell out of here. No freaking way. I might eat chicken, rice, oatmeal when I'm bulking. That's just ridiculous. I'm sorry. So that kind of is a segue for me into my topic, which is training frequency. So I think the bodybuilding community is kind of almost accepted as being fact. 1 body part per day, 1 time a week, and that's all you need to do. So it's kind of been what a lot of people have been doing for a while now. And then some studies came out where it says that may not be enough. It may be too much rest. So a lot of people started switching it into a split routine, 2 body parts a day, sometimes even an upper body, lower body split. So you're doing 2 or 3 times a week each body part. And, well, some people say on the other side, well, you're just not resting enough. You're not growing in the gym, you grow when you rest. So what's the truth? Well, a recent study at the University of Arizona kind of combined all the studies together. And they said, you know what? It depends. So it's really, if you're a beginner bodybuilder, less than your experience is what they consider a beginner. You want to do 3 times per week per body part, but you're only doing about 3 sets per day. So say you do chest 3 times a week. You're doing 3 sets of chest Monday, 3 sets of chest Wednesday, 3 sets of chest Friday. If you're in moderate to intermediate, you can get away with once or twice and more sets. So if you're only doing once a week, you increase your sets accordingly, and that's what you're doing. So I do once a week, and I've tried other stuff, but once a week it works for me. I do 16 sets per body part, except for arms. I do like 3. It gets so much work when you do chest and back and shoulders. I don't think you really need to do much just for arms. So, I do real intense drop sets. I go to failure, and I'm rocking 45 minutes to an hour. I'm getting 16 sets and I'm done. That's it. And it works for me. So Bro science once a week. Real science twice a week probably is what real science is telling you. Again, depends on your experience level, you know. Me, my science, my real world life, once a week, ultra intense, kind of medium volume. You know, some people maybe consider it high volume, but the way I do it, it just feels right. It works for me. I've been doing this for a long time, and it works for me. So it's kind of an update to what's been going on with me. And it's funny, I get some requests for, you know, hey, it'd be cool if you did some flexing, so that's why I'm sporting a tank top today. And, you know, I'll give you a little, I guess, show as to what I'm looking like. So, you know, I don't know, tell me what you think. So, I feel like that's a little bit of thickness, you know, pretty much all over here. So I don't know. You know, appreciate it, comments, feedback, whatever. Let me know what you think, and I'm going to try to do these a little more regularly, but, you know, we'll see what happens. So I hope you enjoyed this one. Thanks.